All right, adding some points and building routes. So let's go to the F10 map. So first point I'm going to add is this bridge. We're looking at our coordinate up here in the top left. If you click on it, you can cycle through the various formats. So the format we want is MGRS. You need to understand, too, that the Apache only accepts 8-digit grids. That's it. No more. You can do less. Well, no, you can't do less. It's got to be 8 digits. All right. That's it. And I'll just leave it at that for now. So the bridge right here is located at 38 Tango Kilo Mike 5509 8687. So that's really important. I'm going to build a little route that follows this road. So somewhere around 37 Tango Golf Golf 4717 8933. Good enough for government work. And then I'm going to add another point up here. This is going to be a release point. And that'll be at 38 Tango Kilo Mike 5363 9121. So that's good. And then I'm going to add another point over here at this copse of trees, and that's going to be at 37 Tango Golf Golf 4537 9104. So those are going to be the points that we're going to add. So I'm going to come back to the TSD. First thing I'm going to do is I want to select the point page and then select abbreviation. Abbreviation is going to let me have access to the different identifiers that we can use to change what the graphic for the icon looks like or the point looks like once we add it, right? So that first point I said was a bridge. So let's see here. Waypoints. Nope, no bridge in the waypoints. Let's look over here in general control measures. I do not see the bridge here. Oh, there it is. It's typo. Brigade or gap. BR is bridge. All right. So I know that I'm going to add a control measure, and it's going to be a bridge. My second point, I said, is going to be a waypoint, or I want it to be a waypoint, I should say. Actually, you know what? I'll make it a start point. So let's go Sierra Papa. And then the last point I said was going to be a release point, so I'll make it a Romeo Papa. Now, if I go through here, I can find that there are a lot of different points and stuff like that that I have available to me. Let's see, what do I want to use for that little copse of trees there? Let's say there's a friendly element in that area there. And let's say it's infantry, a friendly infantry element in there. So we'll put FI. So this point, my fourth point that I'm going to add, is also going to be a control measure, okay? You can do the same thing by going through here, looking through all these different points. Pay attention to the abbreviation up here. So all of these things here, waypoints, these are all waypoints. Hazards are also waypoints. So waypoints and hazards share the same space in the database, okay? Anything that has control measure here, CTRLM, those are all control measures. So you're going to have to select CM when you go to add your points, and I'll show you that here in a second. All of your pre-planned target threats are targets and threats. All right, so that's that. So I already know that my first point is going to be a bridge, so I've already on point. I'm going to select add, said it's a control measure, okay? Let me zoom out just a little bit here, get my keyboard unit. There we go. Actually, you know what? Let me do what I don't normally do and come over here. And then I can work over here. There we go. So point, add, type is a control measure. Ident, that's that abbreviation, because of course it is, because it's, you know, confusing, or could be confusing. And I'm going to type in BR for bridge. And I'm just going to call it BRG. The free text, certain control measures, and only control measures, have a 3-character identifier that appears above, below, to the side, whatever, of those points, right? So BRG, bridge, I should see that bridge point and then those 3 characters directly above it, and we'll check that here in just a minute. This right here tells you what point is going to be added. So this is going to be control measure 56. That's the next point being added. So I'll go ahead and click that. We said that that point is located 38 Tango Kilo Mike. Okay, cool. That's good. I don't need to change that. 5508 8687. Enter. Altitude, it's going to pull from the database. So if you want to adjust it high, you can. You know, if you know you want to fly to excuse me, if you know you want to fly at a specific altitude, then you can take and add that AGL above whatever that altitude is, and then it'll position it above the ground. So we'll just enter through. That's fine. Boom, control measure 56 has been added. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Center the page, and there it is. So this is not an icon with 3 characters, so there you go. It's just a bridge. It's got the control measure number right next to it, so that's fine. Next, I'm going to go add again. I'm going to be adding a waypoint. And I said this is going to be a SP, a start point. Enter. Free text is not really relevant because that's not going to display. Although if you want, for the purposes of organizing your database, you can add whatever you want in there. So we'll say, we'll just leave it blank. I'm not going to add anything. So this is 38 Tango Golf Golf. Oh, problem. Just backspace twice. Golf Golf. 4717 8932. Excuse me. All right, altitude, we'll leave default. Enter. Cool. And let's zoom out just a little bit. Where'd that point go? That was waypoint 3 that we added. So that's cool. Did I put it out somewhere into the stratosphere? Yeah. Yeah, I did. 39 uniform Bravo. Huh. Okay. Well, cool. So the good thing is waypoint 3 is already there. So I don't know why it did that. I'm going to go ahead and select edit. That's one of the things that you can do too, is you can edit these points. So if I want to edit that point, first I have to put in the point that I want to edit. So I just click here, and waypoint 03 is already selected, so it's kind of nonsensical. But I just punch in the point that I want to edit, select edit, select free. I can adjust the free text if I wanted to here. So I could just, I don't know, we'll put waypoint 01 or something like that, because that's the first point in the route. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's bad. So I'm going to clear it all out. So it's going to be, what did I say? 37 Tango Golf Golf 4717 8932 8932. Enter. There we go. That's a little more like it. So boom, there's my start point. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go add. Again, this one's a waypoint. This time it's going to be a release point. All right, cool. Free. I'll just keep in line with what I was doing there. I'll just put it in for waypoint 02. Enter. And I'm just going to clear this out because it acted weird last time. So I'll go 38 Tango. That's a Kilo Mike. 5374 9128 9128. Enter. Boom, there's my other point. And then I'm going to add my final point, which is going to be a control measure. And that's going to be a Foxtrot India friendly infantry. And I'm just going to call them good. And it's going to be, we'll clear that out just because, again, I don't want to have to re-edit that. 37 Tango. Golf Golf. 4537 9104. Enter. And it should be just kind of like right in that general area there. 4537 9104 37 Tango. Yep, 37 Tango. Let me just go to the F10 map real quick. Make sure I'm not completely jacked here. 37 Tango, Golf 4537 9104. All right, cool. Oh, I know why. Ha. So here's one of the other pitfalls that you can run into when you're doing this, right? I did not run through my normal DMS sweep and set up my page as appropriate. So let's see. Usually I set it up something like this. And I turn on all of these control measures, because if friendly units isn't selected here, then I'm not going to be able to see those points, right? So boom. So you see how that icon keeps disappearing down there. Enemy units, same thing. Plan targets, threats, same thing. So we got to make sure that we actually turn all of these things on. So that's one of those pitfalls that you can run into there, like I just did. There we go. And dial that down just a little bit. So I got all my points added. Cool. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to build a route. So I'm going to go to the route page. I'm going to go to the route menu. I'm going to select Bravo as my current route because I just want an empty route here. I'm going to deselect the route menu, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Add, and we said that our first point, that bridge point, is control measure 56. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go control measure 56, enter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select end, and it should insert that point before the end of the route, and it did. Cool. Now I'm going to go over here, I'm going to select waypoint 03 as my next point, and I'm going to select end again, and it's going to insert it right there. And then my next point is waypoint 04, enter, and I'm going to go end again, and it's going to insert in front of the end of the route there. So now I've got all 4 of these points. Cool. So now what I can do is I can zoom in, and what I want to do is I want to pan along my route. So what I'm going to do is I can do this one of 2 ways. I can select the down arrow, and it's going to take me in the direction of my first point here. Okay, so there we are going through our routes. Cool. It's interesting. It's doing weird things here. So, okay. All right, so control measure 56, start of the route now, and I'm going to advance. That's weird. It started at the end of the route. Okay. So that's what it did. It started at the end of the route. It should have started at the beginning of the route. But anyway, that's why I'm confused. Yeah. So I can actually go through and verify that that route was built correctly, right? So just by selecting these arrows here, I can do that. Alternatively, if I want to go to a specific point, say waypoint 03, I can go select point, select waypoint 03, hit enter, boom, it'll take me directly to that point. If I want to kind of like get an idea of where things are at or whatever, I can take and also use this here to pan my page around on that point, which is kind of useful. Let's see here, what else? So that's how you build that route there. Once the route is done, this is the start of the route. That's obviously the end of the route. I'm going to take and update my direct. Boom, got my direct line going to my the start of my route. So there we go. All right. So there you go. That's how you add points. That's also how you add points to routes, how you can update your direct line, how you can edit points, and then, you know, if you need to delete them too. So let's see here. Let me see if my cursor will be friendly. There we go. I can pan up using my cursor. Okay, I can do that. One of the other cool things that you can do is you can kind of change your pan mode, and you can click pan as well. All right, so you've got that option. Cursor works pretty good, or like I said, you can go to direct to a specific point. If you want to delete, you can go point. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. You can cursor select on a specific point, hit delete. Yep. Same thing. So here I'll select that point, delete. Yep. Select that point, delete. Yep. So you can use your cursor here to be able to select those points and do that. You can also add points if you want with the cursor. So, you know, if I want to add a hazard right here, I can select hazard and just click on the page. If I want to add a control measure, I can go over here and I can click on the page. The only problem is I'm going to have to edit that point to make it look like what I want, right? So that's kind of, you know, not the greatest per se. If I wanted to, say, store a point with the TAD, say store a control measure with the TADs, right? What I could do is up in the front seat, I don't have my stuff set up for it right now, which is why I can't do it, but if I were up in the front seat, I would site select the TADs, I would select point stow, change the type to my desired point, okay? And then store that point using the TADs, and I'd be able to cycle back and forth between that as well. You can also do point stow now, which will drop in the nav phase a waypoint directly below you. If you're in the attack phase and you go point stow and now, it'll drop a target directly below you. So those are some other ways that we can do that too. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I think that about covers it. But there you go. Oh, coordinate page. So if you once you've got those points in there, if you want to make any of those points your acquisition source or whatever, you go to the coordinate page. Any of your points, if you select over here on the left-hand side, let me bring up my HDU. Zoom out just a little bit. You can see target 1 is my acquisition source. If I go to chord, control measure 53, boom, now control measure 53 is my acquisition source, and I got a range of 3.1 kilometers to it. We'll make 57. Now 57 is my acquisition source, and it's 11.1 kilometers away. So anything over here on the left side of the page will become your acquisition source when selected. If you select the right side of the page, it's going to give you all the information about that point. Let's see here. What else? Yeah, that should do. All right. Have a good one.